Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Monday Night Mayhem. We are on the last two shows before the Fight Night exclusive pay-per-view Last Stand. And we have the former WIW champion coming out here who does not look happy following his title defeat to Aaron Albright. Well, let's hand the mic over to him and see what he has to say about last week. I'm out here tonight because I want to know, Aaron Albright, what drugs were you using last week, huh? Because there is no way that you can take that much offense and walk out the winner. I dominated him from start to finish and got nothing for it. And now I'm being told that I don't get another chance at the WIW Championship? That's ridiculous. I am a two-time world champion. And the reason I'm always getting title matches is because I am the strongest, the smartest, and the most complete superstar in all of WIW. So I demand justice and the rematch I deserve. Well, some bold allegations, and it looks like the general manager is coming out to answer those allegations. He's been out for the last couple of weeks to kick off the show to have some announcements, but it looks like tonight he's having to answer Jayden's call. And a big statement made there by Jayden saying he deserves the title opportunity, he is worth it, he is the best in the roster. And the general manager, of course, last week, putting his foot down and saying he doesn't want to see Albright and Jayden in the ring with each other anymore. I guess he's going to confront Jayden now and tell him what his reasonings were. I guess we'll hand the mic over to him. No point coming out here crying, Jayden. You lost the title. You're not entitled to a rematch clause because that was Albright's rematch clause. And I'm not watching every pay-per-view you and him trade the title because you're two evenly matched opponents. It's time for some new contenders. But if you seriously want another title match, then there's one way for you to earn it. Tonight, you'll go one-on-one with Team Captain of Mayhem, SDC. And if you win, you will join Team Mayhem. And if Mayhem beats Fight Night, everyone on the team will get a title opportunity. You lose tonight? Well, I'll let SDC choose whether he wants you on his team or not. It's a one-time offer, so you better go get ready for it. Because this may be your last chance, as long as Albright is the champ. Well, a big announcement tonight. Jayden possibly joining Team Mayhem, and the general manager seeming to come out with more news every single night at this current point. But we now need to move on to tonight's show, and this first match of two people in desperate need of some victories. First man up is Dino D. Of course, we are just one Fight Night away, excuse me, from the Last Stand pay-per-view, which of course is Fight Night exclusive. And in the build-up, the general manager wants to give some of the Mayhem guys who are struggling a bit, struggling a little behind, falling a little behind, excuse me, some chance to shine in the ring, and Dino D is getting that opportunity here tonight. Hasn't had a win yet, and is still on the search for his first one. And tonight, he has a good chance of doing it because he's up against someone else who is short of victories. And of course, right now is not a good time with all these big superstars making their names to be suffering back-to-back defeats. So tonight, it's the chance for Robert Hall to redeem himself. Of course, had one of the most embarrassing of debuts in WIW history. Of course, losing in the debut match in a matter of about 9 seconds to who has now gone on to be the team captain, SDC. Quite a dramatic loss, and these the two careers of Robert Hall and SDC have spiraled off into two completely different things. Of course, SDC now taking off as captain of Mayhem, and he's going to be facing Jayden later on tonight. But for Robert Hall, his career just hasn't gone anywhere as a result of what was an embarrassing start and a bad chain reaction of losses that followed in the matches that he did participate in. So for Robert Hall, tonight is his chance for redemption. For Dino D, it's his chance to show off as well. It's a big fight, and look at this, these two showing respect straight out the gate, and that's what the general manager is going to look for. People who show this kind of respect, and you find it a lot on Mayhem here, actually. There's a lot more respect on Mayhem than there is on Fight Night. And straight out the gate, Dino D with the Insiguri. Hurricane Rana. Already butching up the moves already. And a beautiful takedown there from Dino D, who's coming out the gate strong here. And that's what you got to do when you're struggling. You got to come out, face the threat head on. A massive knee there by Dino D. And of course with some big emerging stars. But of course, the Mayhem versus Fight Night coming around the corner. If you can get yourself noticed, maybe you can find yourself a spot on Team Mayhem. And if you could do that, that could definitely be the potential to push your career forward. I mean, Jayden, of course, the former world champion, trying to get on the team for a potential title opportunity. And you imagine SDC will be looking for one as well if Mayhem can walk out victorious. Dino D only getting the 1 count there. For Dino D, he's looked impressive in his opening matches, but unfortunately for him, just hasn't been able to get the cover. Massive takedown there by Robert Hall. Did you see the power he ran at him with there? So sharp. And now Hall needs to fight back after Dino D has been starting off with some great pressure here tonight, and there's an elbow. Now going to take some time to taunt, trying to get some fans behind him. These two with a lot of respect for each other. But they also need to make names for themselves. They need to make themselves memorable. A lot of superstars, when they come in, they find it hard to find roster time, to find fight time. And now look at this. Oh, and a beautiful double knees there to Dino D. And now he's going to drag him away from the ropes. He might be thinking about going for the cover. He does. Into the cover goes Robert Hall. Is he going to be able to get much better than the 1? He does. It's a 2 count. And worrying signs there for Dino D. Dino D in a bit of trouble there, an early 2 count in this one. And after controlling the majority of the match, that's not what he's going to want to see. Beautiful Samoan driver. And now, Robert Hall to the corner. Maybe he's thinking something big here. Robert Hall looking for a super kick. No! Beautiful escape there by Dino D. Oh, and he tried to capitalize, but he charged right at him and got caught. Oh, but another beautiful counter, and all of a sudden, this match picking up some pace here. And Dino D trying to fight back here. Look at this. Grabbing him by the neck and slamming him back down. Beautiful move by Dino D. And now picking him back up. All of a sudden, this match is getting ridiculously up-tempo. What a pile driver from Dino D. And now, once again, not giving him a second to rest before landing him down again with that side slam. Dino D reversing the super kick, and that might be the pivotal point here for Dino D. Can he capitalize on the mistake from Robert Hall? Spins him around. What's he thinking? A massive suplex. Stalled for a little while there for the added impact on the way down. And Robert Hall, after a spell of momentum, now back on the back pedal, and Dino D is coming at him fast. Look at this. Massive neck breaker. And stomping away on the face, not giving him a second to breathe. Waiting for him just to get to 1 knee. A massive knee and a neck breaker to follow. Dino D, and now ready to put this one away. Dino D gets him up. Code breaker. Beautiful code breaker by Dino D. And straight into the cover. And he knocks off Robert Hall. No! Robert Hall kicks. And look at Dino D's face. He can't believe what's just happened. On a huge kick out at 2 here. And Dino D can't believe it. Up to the top rope he goes. And now begging him to get back to his feet. Robert Hall, he's done well to kick out. Now needs to capitalize on it. No way. Look at this. Oh! Went for a diving code breaker. But what a counter by Robert Hall. And now can capitalize. Oh, and a taste of pain. Taste of pain and a cartwheel for style. And what an opening contest this has been. Between two people who have really struggled to pick up wins out of the gate. Who have now all of a sudden going all out to pick up their first massive Pele kick there by Robert Hall. And now this could be his opening to capitalize on the space he's been given. Looking for the double knees again. Big connection on the double knees. And Robert Hall with an opening to wrap this one up. Beautiful lion salt. The lion salt connects, and quite a jump as well there by Robert Hall. Picking him back up, not wasting any time here. Up in the shoulders, no, big counter by Dino D. And now Dino D, once again, picking him straight back up, not wasting any time. That's what he's got to do. And now look at this, just slamming him down there. Side effect slam. And now into the cover. Is that going to be it for Robert Hall? Yes, it is. Dino D picks up the win on the side effect. Big takedown win there for Dino D. He needed that one, you feel. And that keeps Robert Hall in the losing column for now. But what a fight that was. Both men gave it their all to pick up their first WIW victory. And Dino D, even though 2 massive double knees there from the lift, couldn't quite get it done, but it was the super kick that was the turning point. And there was the massive code breaker there. And I thought maybe he was going for the diving code breaker as well. Couldn't quite connect with it. And that's what helped him fall straight into this. Well, back and forth affair. Anyone could have won it. And in the end of the day, it was Dino D that picked up the win. And that's all it's going to matter for him. A fantastic fantastic fight between 2 stars who are looking to break out from the opening of the card and work their way into becoming big-time superstars here on this brand. And Dino D just made one big step forward into getting to that point. Massive, massive win for Dino D here. Is this the start of a win streak, perhaps? Or perhaps him starting to break out here in WIW? It remains to be seen, but a big, big win here for Dino D. Let's move on down the rest of the card. And ladies and gentlemen, we've been told to cut backstage because look who's here! Alan Hart! Jumping James Rowley from behind! And now proceeding to attack him backstage. And I don't know why all of a sudden Alan Hart is targeting the new guy. I have some ideas, but look at this. James Rowley ready to fight back. He's not going to get caught off guard by him this time, of course. Last week, James Rowley picked up his debut victory in the ring, and then Alan Hart proceeded to go and take him out after the match. And the all-heart Alan Hart has been here for a few months now and has not really made an impact. And maybe he feels this is the way to do it. James Rowley, of course, just fresh off the tournament win, the newest member of the roster. All eyes were on him last week, and Alan Hart took advantage of that fact and capitalized by destroying the new man that is James Rowley. And now tonight doing the exact same thing. And Alan Hart making huge statements here as he crashes him into those boxes on the outside. And Alan Hart, look at this, crashing him through the door. Well, if he wanted to make a statement, this was definitely the way to do it. And Alan Hart taking full advantage of Rowley after taking him down from behind. But look at Rowley refusing to give in, still wants to fight on. That fighting spirit, of course, they won him the Road to Glory tournament. When there were moments it looked like he was going to fail in that tournament. But once again, Alan Hart breaks his grip. He's got the advantage here backstage and no one's here to help Rowley. And now look at this, tossed into the locker. His head colliding with the top of it. But look at this, Rowley still willing to fight on and still going to try here. There's a running neck breaker. And this is getting out of hand real quick backstage. Oh, look at that. Stare down at each other before a massive Russian leg sweep. And Rowley protecting himself, defending his honor. Doing what he can here. And, oh, just crashing him into the lockers. And Alan Hart needs to watch out because he might have bitten off more than he could chew here. James Rowley is not exactly someone to sleep on here. But the all-heart Alan Hart really bringing it to him. And just doing what he can to beat down the rookie. And look at this. Falls back once again onto the locker. And these punches and kicks. This is beautiful stuff from Alan Hart in the backstage. We're not in the ring, but some beautiful technical wrestling. And now look at this. The chair coming into play. Slamming the chair on him. And Alan Hart is sending a signal. Sending a warning to everyone in the locker room. But look at Rowley refusing to let it be sent. And oh, look at that. Just crashing him once again into that locker door. And now just tossing him into the actual door. Bloody hell. The damage is being done here. And Rowley is trying to fight back. And look at this. Still has to show off. Even when being jumped backstage. And Alan Hart might have regretted his decisions now. Tossed once again. Head first into the locker. And there's so much dangerous stuff here. And oh, look at that. Right to the lower regions. And these two clearly not taking a liking to one another already. And Rowley, you can't blame him for wanting to lay a little bit of hurt down on Alan Hart after all the assault and damage he's done to him over the last couple of weeks. And Rowley once again just going to toss him into the locker. Oh, and look at that. Went for a big kick there, but a big counter by Hart. And Hart tried to capitalize again, but instead he gets crashed into the door. And these two not letting either get the upper hand here, and once again crashed into the box on the outside. And tried to get it back in the locker room, and he does. He clearly has a plan for him. And now look at this. Oh, it tosses him into the door. And this has been quite a big brawl here between these two. Neither one of them refusing to give an edge. Beautiful neck breaker there by the all-art Alan Hart. And now Alan Hart ready to put him away. Oh, look at the power of that clothesline. Alan Hart just nearly took his head off. But look at this. This was what I was talking about, the fighting spirit of Rowley as he tosses him into the chair there. James Rowley just never goes down. He never dies. He always fights back as much as he can. And look at this. Once again trying to show off here. Right in the face of Alan Hart as he takes him down with a big fist. And James Rowley saying he's not backing down for anyone. He's refusing to let any of the veterans show him up. It looks like he's ready to make this his era. Fisherman suplex. Oh no, Fisherman's pile driver it turned into. And James Rowley fights himself back after another blindside attack from Alan Hart. But what is Alan Hart's end goal here? And will James Rowley be able to stay out of his grass? I don't know. But we'll have to move on now down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, some more action from the tag team tournament here on Monday Night Mayhem. We already saw last week 2 teams progress to the next round in the League of Gods, being Damas and Black Jesus. But we also got to see the new team of AD Nathaniel and Lachlan, who made quite an initial statement here to get themselves through to the next round. Well, next up, 2 teams who are ready to go and prove their stuff. And the first one down to the ring is the Flying Ninja, and we all know who follows that. That's right, the Death Ninjas are ready to go here tonight and try and get themselves a spot in the next round of the WIW Mayhem tournament to find the next #1 contenders for the WIW Mayhem Tag Team Championship. And here comes Def Lordicus. We haven't seen him in a while. I think the last time we actually saw him was at the wedding, and he's still wearing the little bow tie from it. I guess he found that quite a nice little fashion accessory. But the Death Ninjas, they've been teaming for a little while now, and they're getting better as a team. They've been really, really good, but just haven't had that opportunity to break out as a star tag team as of yet, and they're hoping that this tournament could do it for them. And Def Lordicus, of course, one of the big fan favourites. Harry getting better and better by the moment, and of course he could benefit if the Cruiserweight division does make a return. He could benefit a lot, that is for sure. But tonight, we've got another new tag team making their debut, and we don't know who is the member of these tag teams, just like we didn't know about Lachlan and AD Nathaniel until they came out to the ring to jump them. And the first man down to the ring, that's not a promising sign for the Death Ninjas. It's Bomber. Bomber ready to come down and make his first tag team debut. And what a big match this would be for him here, Bomber. A tough guy to beat. He's already had a couple of wins under his belt, and now tonight, the general manager has offered him a chance to be a part of this tag team tournament to get himself potentially some hands on the gold. Well, of course, the next pay-per-view will not have any titles defended at, but we could be looking potentially, well, we're looking potentially for next people to take on the big champs. Of course, there's no bigger a champion on Mayhem than the tag team champions of Kazarian Xander and Patrick Green, who have held the titles twice now and enjoying a very monstrous second stint as champions. So now they're trying to find someone maybe just as monstrous, and that is why Bomber is out here tonight. But, of course, I don't know who his partner is, and neither do you, so let's find out. Oh dear. What a big, big team this is about to be. This is who I think it is, making his way down to the ring. What a massive team up this is going to be. Dicson is Bomber's partner. And these two debuted roughly at the same time. And Dicson is about to team with Bomber. What a lethal team this is going to be. A true powerhouse tag team this is about to be, but they take on a very experienced team in the Death Ninjas who have been teaming together for quite some time now. This could be a great this could be a great third match in the tag team tournament. And in the next round, awaiting them would be the League of Gods or AOD, Nathaniel and Lachlan if they are victorious. But tonight, the Death Ninjas take on Bomber and Dicson here tonight. Harry's going to start things off up against Bomber. And quite an interesting matchup. This would be the bell rings and away we go. And the Death Ninja and the Death Ninjas have been working together for a little while, as I mentioned. And they've been a very good tag team, picked up some big wins. But unfortunately for them, they just haven't been able to keep it consistent. They just haven't been able to really stand out in the tag team division. But they've been working together on it. They've been working on some big moves. Of course, we saw that massive sky-scraping elbow drop there as Harry carried up Deathlordicus last time out. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get the win in that matchup. But the Death Ninjas can benefit from this tag team tournament here. Look at that. And the Mayhem tag team division is a lot more stacked than the Fight Night tag division. And there's obviously one dominant team in Fight Night, and that is the Wolfpack. And they've proven to be the only dominant team. Of course, the Chaos Twins really starting to get up there now and prove their worthiness for the tag team titles, which is why they will be fighting for them this Sunday at the Last Stand pay-per-view. But now on Mayhem, we're looking for someone to take on the Linebacks, who have really struggled to pick up the wins. Well, haven't struggled to pick up the wins, but have struggled to get them in the way that they usually do, in the usual fashion, as of late. And look at Bomber, who's off to a really good start here out the gate, just flexing on him. And this is a really good powerhouse team. I think Bomber and Dicson, if they can get on the same page early and work around as a tag team, they could prove to be real problems for the team of Kazarian Xander and Patrick Green. I guess the manager going with the idea of power versus power in that one. And Harry tried to fight back here. Oh, look at this, big counter and into a neck breaker. And Harry just using his speed and agility to get through. And that's how he's been fighting as of late. And that's what he's been doing. He's embraced his cruiserweight abilities. Of course, the smallest man in WIW. But that doesn't stop him from bringing out big shows of power here. A massive package pile driver. Beautiful move there by young Harry Austin, the Flying Ninja. And now he's going to tag out for the first time. In comes Deathlordicus, who's been out of in-ring action for a little while now. And like I say, last time out, the most interesting thing was the fact that he was a bow tie and a vicar for Travis's wedding. Of course, he was good friends with Travis, and that's why he was willing to do it. But now he needs to come out and show himself and his worthiness in the ring. Of course, in the trial era, was a former #1 contender for a world championship opportunity. Couldn't cash in on it. But Deathlordicus is one of the more unique characters in all of WIW history. And that's why him and Harry work so well. Two polar opposites. Harry, of course, didn't get off to the best start of his WIW career, but now trying to work his way back here. And Deathlordicus trying to act as a way through to do that. And Bomber tried to crawl for the tag there, and Deathlordicus is refusing to let him make the tag to Dicson as he senses that the Death Ninjas have control in this one. But look at this. Dicson once again trying to crawl to make the tag. Bomber trying to make the tag, sorry. But once again, Deathlordicus breaks it up. No, big stop there on the counter by Bomber. And now Bomber gets him up on the shoulders, looking for a Samoan drop. And now might want to consider tagging out here, but he senses he's got the control back potentially. And now looking for another big move here, up on the shoulders. Power slam. Big move there from Bomber. And all of a sudden, the control spins back in Bomber's favor. And now look at this, massive belly-to-belly. Deathlordicus, things slipping away from it. Oh, almost got the tag there. And Bomber caught that at the corner of his eye and prevented that from happening. And now spins him around, going to work on him a bit while he's on the floor here and stomps in the face. And Bomber and Dicson, it's a good team on paper. How will they work together in reality? Right now, they're not really working together, because that massive neck breaker keeps Bomber in control, and he's been able to do this all himself right now. And Deathlordicus in some trouble as he gets tossed into their corner. Maybe now they're ready to make the tag. Tag is made. In comes Dicson. But look at this. Harry senses some danger. These guys look ready to put this one away. Look at this. A massive double power bomb. And the combined strength of Bomber and Dicson. That could be it. Harry makes the stop, though. Oh, and Dicson chasing Harry out the ring there. And the Death Ninja survive. But a massive double power bomb to start things off for Dicson here as he just uses his strength to get in. And Harry wants in. He senses Lordicus is in trouble. That was a massive double power bomb. And look at him trying to fight back, but the rake of the eyes. And now look at this from behind. Beautiful work straight out the gate here from Dicson. Bringing in the big slams, not wasting any time here. Oh, big escape there by Lordicus. Oh, and I thought maybe he was going to go for the tag. Instead, going to try and capitalize there. Look at the aeroplane spin here from Def Lordicus. And just going to drop him down following the fact. And now taking the time to taunt here. And that might not be the best course of action. But look at this. All of a sudden, with an extra zest in his step. As he begins to fight back there with a massive drop kick. And Dicson now all of a sudden on the back pedal. And look at this. Oh, and into a handstand headlock. And Def Lordicus might want to consider tagging out now. But I think he's sensing the tide maybe turning again. And that's what he's trying to do here. And there's a massive suplex. And a kip up for style. And all of a sudden, the Death Ninjas have some life in this match after it was looking bleak. Massive DDT! And Dicson losing the control here in this matchup for a second. Can Def Lordicus keep it in his favour, looking for another Falcon Arrow? And the fight back is real here from the Death Ninjas. But can they capitalise on this momentum? Massive strike there, and we know what's coming next. Look at this, Mandible Claw! Mandible Claw to Dicson. Just choking him out before slamming him onto the floor. The cover here on Dicson. Is that enough to progress to the next round? It's a 2 count. And Lordicus decides he's done all he can. Back in comes Harry. And Def Lordicus done well there after taking quite a considerable beatdown. Now fights his way back in, and Harry spins him over now, maybe looking to use that high-flying ability that he possesses so well. They call him the Flying Ninja for a reason, and that's exactly why there with a massive drop kick. And now look at this. Oh, trying to crawl for the tag again, but Dicson couldn't get there. Harry wouldn't let him. And the Death Ninjas are doing so well to maintain control right now. Oh, look at that massive Integuri. And went for another jumping kick, this time on the spin. Dicson with the counter. Oh, but he couldn't stop that one as Harry, once again, trying to keep control. Big counter, though, by Dicson. Slides underneath now, but look at Harry. Beautiful piece of athleticism and acrobatics. And these two teams fighting hard here. Oh, look at that. And once again, Harry just too small to hold on to. Able to slip away with pretty ease. Look at that. Was looking for a discus elbow. Couldn't quite connect. And now Dicson going to send him back into his team's corner. And the tag is made. Back in comes Bomber. Oh, and look at this. What are these two thinking here? Boot of Doom. And Bomber and Dicson. They may not have had the majority of control in this match now. The Death Ninjas, you'd have to say, are definitely winning this fight. But Bomber and Dicson, they do land the big strikes and a big boot there, helping them trying to get back into this fight. They both had a fair spell in this match, as have Def Lordicus and Harry. And Harry looking to capitalise there. Massive spinning kick. And was given room there and was made to pay for it. And now Harry looking for the standing moonsault and connects perfectly. And all of a sudden, things looking bleak here for Bomber and Dicson on the back pedal and now to the corner. Harry and Def Lordicus tag made. And now look at this, uppercut. And now we've seen this already. Harry, the little man, showing his strength here. Lifting up Lordicus for a skyscraper elbow drop. And that could be it here. If Harry can stop Dicson from breaking up the cover. No, he can't. And Dicson takes out the referee. And it was definitely done. Look, he still got him down for the count. But the referee's been taken out by Dicson, and Def Lordicus holding on for as long as he can, trying to make sure he doesn't break out of the cover. And if the referee can get back to his feet, this match is clearly over. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The count goes on and on and on. He's had him down. They have him beat here with the skyscraper elbow drop. But the referee is down and out from the punch from Dicson. And he's back up to his feet. Might now be able to make the cover. Is it going to get the job done? Yes, it is. And he kept him down for a solid minute with that elbow. And Dicson thought he'd done enough to at least keep him in the match. But he couldn't do it. And Bomber and Dicson defeated by the Death Ninjas. Well, it was only their first outing as a tag team for Bomber and Dicson. And will they be willing to try again? I guess that's down to them. They put on a good fight, but in the end, it was the veteran tag team, or the becoming veteran tag team, I guess, of Harry and Defloricus, and that was it. The skyscraper elbow drop connected so perfectly, and it kept Bomber down for quite some time. A big win here for the Death Ninjas tonight, and they needed that one. They're going to progress to the next round of the tag team tournament, along with the League of Gods and AD Nathaniel and Lachlan. And I guess we'll have one more match for round 1 of the tournament. We don't know who those two teams are. So far, we've seen all of the tag teams that we usually have seen. Maybe we're expecting 2 more. Who knows? But the Death Ninjas ready to make 2018 their year. Can they do it? We'll have to find out. But it's time to move on down the rest of the card. Well, next up on the task tonight, following that big tag team match, which was actually pretty entertaining. We got some more development for the Mayhem vs. Fight Night 4-on-4 tag team match here. And first one out is the team captain himself, SDC. Well, for SDC, of course, winning an 8-man battle royal to earn the team captain rights to lead Monday Night Mayhem at the pay-per-view. But now, he needs to show himself as the captain. He needs to pick himself a good team, because the general manager are promising big rewards for the winning teams at the pay-per-view. Of course, we got loads of champions versus champions matches, but this 4-on-4 tag team match is going to be right up there with one of the better matches of the night. So Mayhem need to lead a good team out, and tonight SDC is going to be taking on Jayden, and if Jayden can beat him, he's automatically got himself a spot on the Monday Night Mayhem team. But if SDC wins, it comes down to him as team captain. He gets to decide whether or not he believes that he's worth a spot on the team, whether or not he thinks that he's going to be a good impact for the Monday Night Mayhem brand for this pay-per-view. And SDC, like I say, is going to want to make a good impression. He has to make a good impression here. This is his big opportunity. He's leapfrogged his way to the top of the card in WIW and now needs to make the most of it. But someone else who knows how to leapfrog his way to the top, it is Jayden, the solution, the mastermind, the plan. One of the smartest men in WIW, and has led himself to 2 world title spells, and earlier on tonight coming out and complaining that he deserves another shot at the WIW championship. And the general manager, fairly enough, saying to him, you want one more chance, this is your way to do it. The general manager has put big emphasis on this Mayhem versus Fight Night 4-on-4 tag match. And Jayden could be a big player in this matchup if he can help the team. Of course, the 2-time world champion, that's the kind of person you're going to want on your team. Someone with that type of resume is exactly who you're going to want fighting for your brand. And of course, tonight he has a chance to do that. But if SDC wins and turns around and says, you know what, I don't want you on my team, then Jayden's going to have to go back to the drawing board, and the mastermind's going to have to find himself another way of getting the world title opportunity that he craves and desires, looking to become a 3-time world champion. Well, it's scheduled to be a big match, so we'll see how these two fare. And Jayden, I thought maybe straight away looking to walk out there, decided against it in the end. And look at that beautiful suplex into a neck breaker. And Jayden straight out the gate going to work away here on SDC. And that's what he's got to do. He's got to try and get control early. Of course, no slouch here, the 2-time former world champion. And he wants to prove that he still has that ability to be champion. He knows he can beat Albright. He's done it before. He's done it twice before. Just didn't do it last week in the massive 2 out of 3 Falls Count Anywhere match. God knows what sprung into Albright in that match. after being on the receiving end of a beatdown from the majority of it. Oh, look at that. These two collide. Big counter there by Jayden. And now Jayden with the Irish whip of his own. And oh, and a massive drop kick takedown with the legs there. And Jayden in early control here. And Jayden for a long time now has been battling with people like Rage and Albright, who have been at the top of the card for a long time. He's dealt with Jace as well, who was his biggest enemy. But of course, now with Jace, I bet he thought with Jace and Thingy gone that he had the chance here to excel on this brand. With the Dragon Dynasty and Jace disappearing to other shows. Oh, look at that massive chop from the top rope. Jayden is flying out the gate here. He's hungry for success here, Jayden, and you can't blame him for wanting it. And now look at this, looking for another brainbuster, and it connects. The problem with Jayden is that it takes a lot for him to actually go on to win a match. And because of that, it's led to him losing the title on a number of occasions, one of which including last week, which was a perfect example of that. So for Jayden, it's important for him to bounce back, and the general manager offering him this opportunity to be a part of the 4v4 tag match. And tonight, Mayhem might have 2 members, and Fight Night, of course, haven't even announced the first. The team captain will be announced at the Fight Night pay-per-view Last Stand. So be sure to check out that Battle Royal to see who walks out the team captain of that. Oh, look at this, managing to escape the hold here. Oh, no, keeping hold of it. No, but a big escape there by Jayden. And for SDC, this is equally as important. May not be a 2-time world champion, but he's only just started, of course, and exploded onto the scene with a big 9-second debut win against Robert Hall. And since then, his career has skyrocketed, and he's presented himself with an opportunity to lead a successful team in the first ever Mayhem versus Fight Night pay-per-view, and a big cannonball takedown there by Jayden. SDC is on the back pedal here, and it might get worse for him, because here comes the knee bar. But is able to hook his foot on the ropes. Well done there by SDC. But if the knee bar don't work, then we know what comes next. Up on the shoulders. Big, big slam down. And the mastermind knocks off the team captain. No, he doesn't. It's a 2 count. And look at the face of Jayden. He can't believe it. He thought he had it won there. So maybe now the Phoenix Splash is needed. Phoenix Splash! Jayden connects with a massive impact. And look at this. One more time. Beautiful connection on it. So much spin. And SDC laid out cold by the former world champion. And it looks like Jayden is going to be joining Team... No, wait, no! Look at this. He can't believe it. He could have sworn that was a 3 count, and so could I. SDC somehow kicks out at 2. And Jayden now looking to land some more offense. What a beautiful moonsault. And continues the offense. Look at this. The frustration on his face. He doesn't know what to do to put him away. And this has been his biggest problem. The fact that he struggles to finish up matches is the biggest problem. And of course, just can't get it done here tonight. And SDC showing the heart of a warrior. That is a true team captain right there. Someone who's willing to do whatever it takes to make sure his team comes out in the winning end. And now look at this. Beautiful submission hold applied here, and he bridges over as well. SDC in a lot of trouble. Jayden is quite a good submissionist. And now might pay the price for it. Here is SDC. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. Trying to force his way out of the hold, and he does. And manages to land a cheap shot on the way through as well. And SDC back to his feet first. Needs to capitalize on the space he's been given. Beautiful. Big drop there. And SDC. Oh, we might get caught taunting here as Jayden gets back to his feet earlier than anticipated. And that's not something he can afford to do at the next pay-per-view. And SDC has been under the cosh since the first bell. And Jayden has been dominant the whole way through, but he was last week as well. Oh, look at that massive catch and slamming him down. And a main event caliber match, and we're not even at the main event yet. This is going to be one hell of a finish, but which way is it going to go? Who can get the job done? We have to see. And look at this massive neck breaker. Jayden doing whatever it takes to pull off the win here into the cover. The referee hasn't called a rope break. And it's a 2 count on SDC again. And Jayden, he's sweating a lot now. He's sensing that this match is there for him. He knows that the win is possible. He just can't seem to do it. And now to the top rope one more time. 630 senton. Big connection there with the 630 senton. And he's bringing out a lot of aerial moves tonight in order to try and get this done. And look at this big knee into a neck breaker. And SDC needs to mount some offense, or this match is going to go south for him real quick. His second night as captain. He really needs to make a show here. It's his first night since being the captain, live on Monday Night Mayhem. And straight into the cover again. The referee was quick to come down and make the cover there, and he's going to get a 2 count again. The crowd are going nuts for SDC, who's finding a way out of everything here, and now might be able to mount some offense. Big counter by SDC. Can he capitalize on it? Oh, look at that massive super kick. Massive super kick, and that caught Jayden off guard. And SDC needs to capitalize now, but once again, got caught wasting time. And he's now going to get big slam down there. GTS into the cover. That's got to do it. Jayden, no! And he can't believe it. I can't believe it. SDC kicks out again and once again back to the top rope. Looking for it. Phoenix splash. And surely that's done it now. The cover. And no! What? What? Look at Jayden saying to him, why are you still kicking out? And SDC is putting on a fight. He refuses to give in. But he needs to start mounting some offense because Jayden is just dominating him here. And look at this, continuing just to lay the knees into the head of the team captain. And Jayden giving everything he has to offer. He's giving out all the big moves in his arsenal. And yet still unable to pull off the win. And now once again looking for a submission hold here with the leg scissors. In a bad place here is SDC. He might tap here. He's taking quite a beating here. And Jayden got this locked in. But look at this. SDC fights back. And some massive elbows to the top of the head. And Jayden, did you see his eyes? He can't believe that SDC is still even standing. Never mind fighting back. And now up on the shoulders, fireman's carry. And he's going to just stun him off the ropes. And we've seen that end matches in the past. And Jayden thinks that could be enough here. Is that going to be enough to get him on Team Mayhem? No, it's not. It's a 2 count. And Jayden, look at him. He's furious now. He doesn't know what he has to do. He's begging him to get back to his feet. SDC, how is he not injured at this point? He's been beaten down from start to finish and not mounting any offense forward. And that's not how you can win matches. It's okay kicking out at 2, but right now all he's doing is risking his own career and a spot as team captain if he carries on, because he's just not getting any offense in. And the 2-time world champion taking full advantage of that factor. Look at that big leg sweep there by SDC. Now needs to capitalize. This could be his opening, his window of opportunity to take the control in this match. Big Irish whip. Look at this, tosses them out. Oh, the super kick. Super kick. And into the cover. And it's going to be a rope break. And I thought it would be as well. SDC clearly thought his arm was away from the ropes. But SDC now, that massive super kick might now be able to turn the tide back in his favor. And a massive elbow from the middle rope. And SDC trying to fight back here. Trying to do something to show what he can do in a massive lion salt. Lion salt from SDC. And now bringing Jayden back to his feet. Oh, big counter there by Jayden. And he just tosses him to the other side of the ropes. And takes him down with a big shoulder tackle. And Jayden might just let the count run out here. SDC must be taking a while to get back to his feet here. And he could easily win on counter here, Jayden. Of course, Jayden won his first title opportunity on count out. The referee resets the count as Jayden going to continue the onslaught on the outside. Oh, look at this. What a painful submission hold here on the outside. Of course, being forced to release it by the referee. Won't count on the outside. And now just going to Irish whip him back into the ring. Oh, but what's he thinking here? Oh, Jayden looking for something big right on top of the LED board. Oh, the frog splash. And SDC dribbles back out of the ring. What an amazing contest this has been so far. And don't forget, we've still got a big main event to come. We've got a tag team champion versus championship match. But these two fighting as if a championship is on the line. Another frog splash. And the referee just going to have to sit and watch this. This is a brilliant plan from Jayden. Of course, the count resets every time that he leaks out of the ring here, SDC. And once again, tossed into the ring. And once again, set himself up perfectly. SDC is in trouble again. Because here comes a third frog splash on the middle rope. And SDC just being beaten to a pulp here. And the referee resets the count again. Count of 1. And another Irish whip back into the ring. Oh, not again. I think we're getting caught in a loop here. Because here comes a full frog splash. And Jayden dismantling the Mayhem team captain of SDC. And now stomping away. He's being wise here. He's being smart. Doing whatever he can to just get the win. And beat him down. And the referee, now with his longest count for a while here, he's been screaming at Jayden to get him back in the ring. But Jayden is not obliging it. Oh, just stomping his face down there with a massive knee. And the crowd booing away at Jayden. He's not a fan favourite, but he doesn't care. He only cares about his own success, and rightfully so. Count of 6, and back into the ring goes SDC, with Jayden following behind him. And Jayden squaring up his target. He's done brilliantly so far tonight. And we could be one Phoenix Splash away from the end of this one. To the top rope goes Jayden. Phoenix Splash again. And a major connection on that one. There's the replay on it. And surely that's it for Jayden. Surely he has done it here. What a contest. What a fight. And no, what? What? No. You have got to be kidding me. SDC kicked out again. And Jayden is furious, not going to let him get away with that big pump handle. Gut buster. And what is SDC made of? Just refusing to give in, and now looking for a springboard. And he managed to connect though. SDC managed to get out of the way. But the back legs catching SDC, and once again unable to escape his grasp. And Jayden just continuing to mount offense. And a running knee there. And straight into the cover he goes. Surely this has got him. No, it's another kick out at 2.5. And how is he doing this? And Jayden beating him down again. He's really been targeting the head and the back. And now look at this press up, saying it's too easy. But if it was too easy, he would have got this done already. This match is taking him so long to beat down the one man that stands in his way. Oh, big elbow. Big elbow indeed there by SDC. And now can counter. Running knee. Jayden's busted open with the running knee. Is it going to be enough here? 2. He got him. SDC. What a win. What a match. Unbelievable. The team captain of Monday Night Mayhem knocks off the 2-time world champion. And after a huge beatdown, it was the running knee from SDC that picked up the win. And Jayden can't believe his eyes. How on earth has he not been able to pick up that win? I have no idea. He survived 3 Phoenix Splashes and several other big moves, 4 crossbodies on the LED board. And how he has not walked out the winner here, I don't know. But SDC stands tall. That is your Mayhem captain. And if you're going to be a part of this team, wouldn't that fill you with confidence? SDC beats the 2-time world champion. And now it's up to him whether or not Jayden joins Team Mayhem. He's giving him a hell of a fight here. I think he's at least worth a shot. But that again will come down to the verdict of Team Captain SDC. What a win here tonight, and we've still got more action to come. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Well, what must have been a 5-star match, and yet we've still got 2 more matches to go. The first one is from the women's division. And we got a one-on-one contest. First woman down to the ring is Catherine Albright. Following her massive win last week in the Fatal 4-Way match, she comes down tonight looking to make some further strides towards potentially in the future looking for that Fight Night Mayhem, Women's Championship. Of course, it hasn't been confirmed yet that there will be a 4-on-4 women's matchup, but it's important for these women to keep their eyes on the prize, and that prize will be the Women's Championship, currently held by Sandra Piper, who's been such a dominant champion coming out the gate. It's still early days here in the women's division, which is why everyone's trying their hardest to stand out above the crowd. Last week's victory might have just done that for Catherine Albright. Tiffany Abbott, of course, did it really help her out last week, but by not breaking the cover. But as far as we're aware, there's no alliance between the two. But that might change as time goes on. As out comes Adrian Reyes, who last week had a pretty impressive showing, but again didn't really get to shine as bright as she could. But tonight she's going to get that best opportunity. She's going to step into the ring, and of course, strong relations with El Estrella Chico, and we've seen how great he can be in the one-on-one situation. Hasn't been seen for a little while, but for now, Adrian Reyes gets to step up for the Starboy squad. And can the Star Girl, I guess, prove herself inside the ring here tonight against Catherine Albright? We will see soon enough. But this match is about to get underway. The referee is ready to ring the bell. And, oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. It's the women's champion. Sandra Piper is here. She has come to grace us with her presence. It looks like Sandra Piper ready to come down and just come and get a good bird's eye view here. It looks like Catherine Albright has caught the attention off of her last win from the women's champion Sandra Piper. And Sandra Piper's come to sit at ringside to see how this one's going to go down, but the referee's finally ready to ring the bell, and we are on the way here. And Adrian Reyes straight away under heavy fire here from who is probably now an angry Catherine Albright, who gets straight on the way with assaulting Adrian Reyes, but big counter by her there on the Irish whip. Can she capitalize? Oh, look at this, hanging her off the rope here for a neck breaker, and a nice move there by Adrian Reyes. And Catherine Albright clearly has caught the attention of Sandra Piper. Of course, won't be defending at the pay-per-view, but she may have to defend just before that. Recently just coming off the big defense against Lulu Torres. Big drop kick there by Adrian Reyes. And now, after that fatal 4-way, she senses maybe she could be next in line. And she's not going to want to let any psychological advantage go to her opponents. Of course, we've seen from her entrance and her wrestling style that she does not let anyone get a tactical advantage like that. And Adrian Reyes has been storming really well out the gate here. And maybe Catherine Albright just feeling the pressure under the watchful eyes of the Mayhem Women's Champion, who hasn't been in the ring for the last couple of weeks, but hasn't needed to be. Of course, Sandra Piper will be taking on the Fight Night Women's Champion at the next pay-per-view, following the Last Stand pay-per-view. So she's got to breast up for that. So wise of her not to go into in-ring action. She's scouting the competition, which is wise. Look at that massive discus forearm there by Catherine Albright. And now looking to capitalize on her here. Look at this. Got in a vulnerable position. And a wheelbarrow face buster from Catherine Albright, who is doing great here. That is for sure. And now look at this. Oh, and a suplex. And she lands on top of the ropes for added impact. Catherine Albright starting to fight back after a really strong start from Adrian Reyes and a double X handle to the back there. And now might be ready to pick her up, set her up for something big. This has been a terrific performance so far from both of these women. And I think, realistically, the Fatal 4-Way matches are great and all, and it's good to see all four women showing what they can do. But at the end of the day, a good old one-on-one match is the best place to showcase your skills, show your talents off. And that is the opportunity these two women have been given here tonight. And so far, they're managing to make the most of it. And now, look at that. You can just see the corner, Sandra Piper watching on. And now Catherine Albright trying to capitalize off the missed jump from the middle rope. But Oh, look at this. Sandra's caught her eye. Sandra Piper has caught the eye of Catherine Albright, and these two staring down now. Sandra Piper trying to get the advantage, but look at this. Adrian Reyes. Oh, she catches her from behind. And Sandra Piper with a helpful distraction there. And now she's just going to leave. She's done her job. She just wanted to get into the mind of Catherine Albright. And she's done a fantastic job of it right there. And now Reyes trying to capitalize. Look at this. Beautiful submission hold on the outside. And she's doing a fantastic job now that she's in control. Sandra Piper. Clearly she's feeling a little intimidated maybe by Catherine Albright. She looked great last week. Oh, look at that. Onto the table. Wasteland onto the table. Beautiful move there. And the counter's at 6. And Reyes gets her back to her feet. She's going to toss her into the inside. So clearly Catherine Albright might be next in line for a women's championship opportunity, but not if Adrian Reyes can do anything about it. She's really targeting the legs here, Reyes, and now drags her to the middle of the ring. Perhaps looking for a big elbow drop and connects. And Reyes has got her where she wants her now, and it might be enough to put her away for the count. It's a 2. And she's been given the advantage here by Sandra Piper's distraction. She can't afford to let it slip. Beautiful takedown there with a side slam. Reyes just not letting her foot off the pedal. Straight on the attack here. Pele kick. Pele kick. Beautiful kick there. Indeed. And Catherine Albright, this match is slipping away from her now. She needs to start fighting back, or this one's going to spiral out of hand for her here. And now back to her feet. And Reyes looking to capitalize. What's she thinking? Oh, and a pump handle suplex. Flattening Catherine Albright. And Adrian Reyes. Surely you can count to 100 because Reyes. But no, what? Albright. Albright kicked. Catherine Albright. Got the fighting heart of Stephen Miller there. What a massive kick out that turned out to be. I thought she was done for there. I said count to 100. I didn't think she was ever getting out of that. But she has kicked out, and now Reyes trying to fight on here. She's got the control. She doesn't want to let it slip, but Albright is refusing to go down quietly. She is angry now, and she doesn't want to let the champion get away with what she did. Beautiful Northern Lights. The referee doesn't go for the cover over the bridge because look at the beautiful amount of strength there by Catherine Albright. Suplex from the Northern Lights. And now Catherine Albright has Adrian Reyes where she wants her. Maybe looking to finish this now. Albright trying to find a winner. Big kick to the gut and following through with an axe kick. Her own unique version of the axe kick. And Catherine Albright has Adrian Reyes down. Is that it? Is that the winner? The cover from Catherine Albright. Reyes is defeated. And Catherine Albright, despite the distraction, picks up a huge win tonight here. And Sandra Piper isn't going to like that one bit. Reyes given a big opportunity there by the Mayhem Women's Champion to take the win. And I thought she had her there with the pump handle suplex. Big impact indeed, but it was this sequence here. The beautiful brainbuster off the Northern Lights. And then following with a beautiful axe kick to wrap it up for Catherine Albright, who's now 2 for 2. A big win tonight and a big warning sent to the Mayhem Women's Champion. It looks like already Catherine Albright is ready to stake her claim for the Mayhem Women's Championship. And is Sandra Piper feeling the pressure a little bit as champion from Catherine Albright? I guess she is, but we'll see how that develops as time goes on. But it's time to move on to tonight's main event. Main event time, and it is some tag team action here tonight. It is another classic champions versus champions match. We've had it before, but with a very different set of champions, and tonight we've got the new European champion and the new WIW champion, fresh off their victories from last week in their rematch clauses, will now take on this team featuring once again the returning Coach Wilson, who of course has seen better days, but he has returned back to the brand, and he leads out the Mayhem Tag Team Champions, two-time World Tag Team Champions, the longest reigning Tag Team Champions in Mayhem history, Kazarian Xander and Patrick Green, back in the Linebacks jersey, and back with Coach Wilson. And Coach Wilson has come out and said he's not impressed with how Kazarian Xander and Patrick Green have been acting as of late, taking a lot of cheap wins and escaping just barely in their tag team defenses against the Dragon Dynasty. But now with the Dynasty out of the way, and with Coach Wilson back at ringside, maybe now they can actually start concentrating on the task at hand and start defending their titles the same way that they won them, by destroying absolutely everyone in their path. And of course, right now, Kazarian Xander and Patrick Green are scheduled to compete against the Wolfpack, the Fight Night Tag Team Champions, next in a rematch. Last time out, these two picked up the win, and that was without Coach Wilson. Can they do it with Coach Wilson present? And it's fitting timing for Coach Wilson to come back. But the Mayhem Tag Team Champions, with the titles around their waist, come down to the ring as they take on a team of champions themselves. Last time they did this, it was Jayden and Jace that were the team, and of course they did not want to work together at all. So for Kazarian Xander and Patrick Green, they'll be hoping tonight that they won't have to work as hard as they usually do to pick up the wins here. Of course, not a title match at all, but all four champions out here on display. And here comes another one here. The first ever non-European European champion, Brad Skeens, makes his way to the ring with the American flags firmly now on the side plates of the title after last week's big Falls Count Anywhere win. Well, I say Falls Count Anywhere, it stayed in the ring. But after that big win against the former European champion, Mason Foster, Brad Skeens has the title firmly in hand. And at this current moment, I would not want to be him, because for the next pay-per-view, he is currently scheduled to be competing against the television champion, Big Willie. And that's not a great thought at all, indeed, for Skeens. But Skeens is not one to back down from a challenge, of course. He had 3 attempts before capturing the European Championship, and now has it in his arms, and has no intention, I'd imagine, of letting it go. But the final man down to the ring, who's going to be enjoying the next couple of months, that is for sure. It is the current and 3-time WIW World Champion, Aaron Albright, who has finally got rid of Jayden for now, although Jayden's still hungry for that title. Tried to get himself a spot on Team Mayhem just to get himself another shot at the title, but was unable to secure it tonight. He's now down to SDC, whether or not he has Jayden on the team. But for this man, the 3-time world champion, most title reigns in history, he has to do he needs to pull off a big win, because he's got King Sam next, the world heavyweight champion who has defended for nearly 100 days, up against someone who will only become the longest world champion as long as he doesn't have to defend for the next month. He won't be defending at the pay-per-view, so if he doesn't defend for the next month, he is by default the longest reigning WIW champion. And the bell rings, and away we go with Kazarian Xander and Brad Skeens, the European champion, starting us off. And we've already seen some fantastic matches tonight. Of course, we've seen the former world champion Jayden lose to SDC, but in what was a fantastic matchup, it has to be said. Big belly to belly there by Kazarian Xander. And it's nice of them, it's good for them to have Coach Wilson back. It's so obvious how much better of a team they are, how much greater of champions they are as well when he's in there. Oh, look at that, bit of miscommunication there between Albright and Skeens, but Skeens gets his way back into the ring, and now going to try and take advantage with a Russian leg sweep and a leg drop to follow. Yeah, they struggled a bit as tag team champions without the help of Mr. Coach Wilson. But of course, they had to defend against the Dragon Dynasty, and they did so twice. They did defeat them twice, but the first one was on a count out, and the second one was on a very controversial rope break that should have been, but didn't happen. And there's the first move of the match from the world champion Aaron Albright. And Aaron Albright, the 3-time world champion, has changed so much in this last year. Look at it, look at that, going to top rope. But Patrick Green did not let it happen. And that's the fullback style, the lineback style that we are used to seeing. This time manages to get it off as he goes middle rope for ease. And the X Factor, Aaron Albright. And the trial era was just someone just trying to make his living. Not really a title holder, not really seen as a real threat. But now, since coming to Mayhem, since all of the rebranding, it has become a 3-time now WIW champion and one of the most prestigious titles in the company. To be holding it 3 times, that is a big achievement, especially so early into your career here. And tonight he's got a big task though ahead of them. And in comes Patrick Green for the first time here tonight. Xander just makes the quick tag. Not going to try anything stupid here. Of course, oh look at that beautiful arm drag there by Aaron Albright, the world champion. It doesn't quite take him off his feet though, to the ropes. And now what's he thinking? Look at this. Oh, he's got Green in a good position here. Suplex. Beautiful move there by the X Factor himself. And Coach Wilson, of course, his new goal. Look at it. Wait a minute. Look at this. Famouser. Famouser already. Pretty early on in this one. Oh, but look at this. Was lining himself up for the super kick, but Coach Wilson to the rescue for Patrick Green, and a massive elbow drop to the chest. And Aaron Albright was about to win this one, I feel. He was looking for the super kick, but as he was lining it up, Coach Wilson caught his eye and giving his team a chance to keep themselves running here. And Coach Wilson, of course, doesn't mind doing whatever's necessary to take the titles, but he very much prefers it when his team are on the receiving, on the end of the beatdown rather than the receiving end. And look at this. 2 big knees and following through with a Russian leg sweep. Classic Patrick Green there. And as I say, these two have not been very impressive. They've managed to retain the titles, but 2 very controversial wins indeed. And straight in the cover there off that awkward landing on the frog splash. He's only going to get a 1 count. So for Kazarian and Patrick, it is important that they show their strength and continue to. They're on a very impressive title reign here. Of course, it's the 2nd stint as the tag team champions, but of course, they'll be keeping a watchful eye on the tag team tournament, as that is midst of the way, and we had 3 teams making it to the 2nd round. Oh, look at this, a massive toss there by Patrick Green. So far, the Death Ninjas, the League of Gods, and Nathaniel and Lachlan, the newest team in the division, making themselves known and progressing to the 2nd round. Oh, and look at that, might be able to get the tag there, and he does. Tag made, and back in comes the European champion. And a big takedown there on Patrick Green, who gets straight back up to be hit with another one, and a 3rd one for good measure. And now trying to crawl to his own corner to get to Kazari and Xander, but the European champion keeps control. Very proud American, very patriotic indeed, because he knows how superior his wrestling can be. And now being dragged to the lineback corner. And look at this, Coach Wilson's had enough. You might want to be careful though. If you remember back to the Road to Glory tournament, he actually was the reason that Designer Kai ended up losing the match. He tossed in the chair, told him to use it, and didn't distract the referee for long enough to make sure he didn't get disqualified. And Albright's found his way back to his feet now as once again Skeens is struggling just a little bit. And we've got plenty more action here in this main event. Who's going to walk out the winner? Find out, but we're going to quickly take a quick commercial break. Dormus, the new fragrance by Dormus. And we are back here on Monday Night Mayhem. The main event, of course, the 2 champions in Skeens and Albright taking on the the two tag team champions in Kazarian Xander and Patrick Green. And look at this, was going for the win there off the big jabs, but Coach Wilson getting himself involved here. But it's not going to save him from this, because look at this, big spear! Big spear by Kazarian, on Kazarian Xander. And the European champion Brad Skeens has got this here. The cover, is it going to be enough to pick up the win? No, it's a 2. It was enough to knock out the #1 contender in Mason Foster. Look at that, big takedown there with the shoulders. Patrick Green's just going to give his partner an opportunity to recover there. And now it looks like he's going to deal with Albright on the outside. And now look at Skeens. Oh, he's turned his attention to Patrick Green on the outside, thinking about helping him. But he hasn't seen Xander getting back to his feet. Oh, and a big slip up there. He can't afford to let that happen. And has now got him in the corner. Patrick Green right near him. And look at where that chair is. That is a big position. It's a bad position for him right there. And now in a tree of woe, just kicking him down there with the big boot. And now begging him to get back to his feet as the chair is removed. But look at Albright and Green battling away on the outside. But Xander on the inside. Big DDT. And we've seen that bust open many opponents and end many matches. Is that going to be able to get the job done here tonight? No, it's not. It's a 2 count. And Skeens kicks. Meanwhile, on the outside, Patrick Green continues to beat down on Aaron Albright. And I think this is what Coach Wilson wanted. This is much better. This is exactly how they used to do it. Just constant beating down on their opponents and dismantling them and not finishing until they have been absolutely destroyed. And that's what he's trying to do here inside the ring and outside the ring. But it looks like Skeens still has some fight left in him. The spear almost got the job done, but the referee didn't get the count in time because of the breakup from Patrick Green. And it looks like Albright has finally escaped the grasp of Patrick Green and into the cover here, looking to get the win over the Linebacks. It's a 2 count. And Brad Skeens, of course, making his return just a couple of weeks ago and has made a big impact since then, Brad Skeens. Look at Xander here trying to crawl away, but Albright, fresh off the tag, now might be finally ready to put this one away here. Looking for that double underhook, brainbuster. Big impact on the brainbuster. And the referee distracted. But Albright's going to go for the cover. He didn't even see that the referee weren't looking. Oh, wait a minute. Now going to deal with Kazarian Xander. Patrick Green, sorry. And look at the world champion. He's hyped up now. The momentum shifting back in his team's favour. And it's all because of him. Look at this. This is what helped him win. The world champion is fighting comeback spirit that he always has. Last week winning the match basically off the 2 moves. This week looking to do the same here. And Green's down on the outside. He's not going to be able to save Xander as a famous is hit again. And now to the corner. Oh, taking time to taunt here. And Skeens loving it there as well. He's just happy to just let him do it. This match is almost done, I feel. The Linebacks are in a bad way. And now might be ready to wrap it up. Oh, big DDT there. Miniature DDT, should I say. Oh, look at this. Coach Wilson getting himself involved again. And look at his Green takes advantage. Beautiful work there from the Linebacks. And now look at this. Maybe Xander looking for his signature Samoan driver. In trouble here is the world champion. Samoan driver. Samoan driver. And now into the cover goes Kazarian Xander. Has he done it? Has he picked up the win here for the Linebacks? No, he hasn't. It's a very close 2.5 count. Well, Green was able to stop Skeens from getting involved, but Albright just finding the strength to kick out at the count of 2. And what an amazing contest this has been for tonight's main event. Tag made again, and in comes Patrick Green again. And you can already see the influence, the difference that there has been with Coach Wilson back in the helm and helping to control his team. And the referee just making sure that Skeens gets back out of the ring. Oh, look at this! And he doesn't know, and instead takes him down. And the referee forcing him back over the ropes. And Kazarian Xander tired on the other side, if you can see. Green having to get up there after being beaten down from Brad Skeens in a massive clothesline. He's going to go for the cover here on Albright. Albright's had a little bit of time to recover. And he's going to find the kick out at 2. And the tag team champions in control now. Following the distraction from freaking, oh my god, I keep doing that. From Coach Wilson. And oh, look at that on the elbow drop, connected perfectly. We don't see many people connect as well on that move. He's able to do it effectively here. And now to the corner. We know what Green's going for here. This could be big. This could be the end. Very much near the running haymaker. Running haymaker by Patrick Green. And I'm sensing an end might be near. But look at this. Spins him around. Oh, and an atomic drop. And Patrick Green. Tired now. This has been a tough contest for both teams. And this still might not end the way that the Linebacks want, but they have the control to the corner. Maybe now looking to tag in to do the blitz. He's got it. Tags in. Skeens isn't allowed in to help. The Linebacks in formation as they hit the blitz on the WIW champion. And into the cover goes Kazarian Xander. Is he going to get it though? No, Skeens breaks it up at 2. They were very close to his corner there. Oh, but look at that. Cheap shot there by Xander, and he's accidentally caught the Linebacks as well. And look at this. And now look at this. Xander. Is he looking to fly? We've not really seen much springboard offense from him, so what's he thinking? Oh, no, just maybe luring him there to a full sense of security. Green's getting back to his feet after the massive punch there from Kazarian Xander, and a little bit of miscommunication, but in the end, he did get the target he wanted, which was Brad Skeens. And the WIW champion is on the back burner here. He is in serious jeopardy right now. And now Xander looking for the DDT, and that doesn't bust him open. Usually it does. There's the DDT, and into the cover. Skeens is back to his feet. Is he going to be able to get there in time? No, he's not. He's saved. Green saves Xander, and the Linebacks pick up a huge tag team victory here tonight over the world champion and the European champion. Well, what a fantastic contest that was to end the show. It's been a brilliant night here on Monday Night Mayhem. And they're sending warnings to Fight Night. They're ready for whatever task comes their way. And they're sending a warning saying they're ready for the Wolfpack or anyone who's ready to take the Mayhem Tag Team Championships. Both teams fought incredibly hard. But in the end, the Linebacks, now with Coach Wilson back at the helm, picks up the win. What an impressive display that was. And that, by far, is the best they have looked since... since Coach Wilson was put through the table by David of the Wolfpack. But a big win there tonight for the Linebacks, and that is going to wrap up tonight's show. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like if you did, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show, and I will catch you guys in the next one.